We'll make it one of the greatest institutions, not only in this country, but globally. So the first thing we decided was to go global in CIT. And ever since, CIT has always been on the global track. Today, our placements in CIT are second to none in this country. CIT has become the big hub for multinational companies to come and take our students. In fact, the proportion of CIT students joining multinationals today is much higher than the proportion of CIT students joining Indian companies. And the multinationals are more and more keen to take more and more students from this college. Last year, IBM took 60 students. This year, they took 118, almost double. Microsoft, Oracle, Google, all the big guys, they first come to CIT before they go anywhere else in this town. Now, what is our belief? What do we believe in? Mr. Srikanth was saying and giving advice to the young lady here, saying if you take the past 10 years question papers, there shouldn't be any problem for you to comfortably go through the exams. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, in CIT that is not possible. Because in CIT today, we have completely changed the style of education. Because we are an autonomous institution, we can set our own standards. We don't have to follow anybody else's standards. My father built this college to replicate and move on the lines of the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. I went to Imperial College in London, and I believe there are only two big great innovative schools globally. One is MIT in the US, and the other one is Imperial College in the UK. So since we have the pedigree of these two schools, as soon as we came in, I set the trend to follow the innovative concepts followed by MIT and Imperial College. Now, CIT has emerged as a very, very high innovative research school. Our exams are very tough. They are not easy, believe me. You may study 10 books. At the same time, the questions in the exam may not be from any of those 10 books, leave alone the previous year's question papers. So what style of education we are following in this college is strong grounding in the fundamentals, strong grounding in the concepts. Conceptual education is what CIT follows, not procedural education. Because when I went to Imperial College, the one thing I realized was, once you have a concept and you're strong in your concept, you can become an astrologer, you can become a doctor, you can become an engineer, you can become a lawyer, all at the same time. Because you have the concept to produce, you have the concept to understand, you have the concept to build. So you can produce, you can understand, you can build anything. It does not matter. And that is what we are teaching CIT students. Procedures can always be evolved. You can evolve a procedure, I can evolve another procedure. There is no problem about it. But if we are not strong in concept, we cannot produce anything. So since '96 when I came, I've been harping on this conceptual type of education. And that's why CIT students are performing wonderfully and they're becoming outstanding performers in multinational interviews. In fact, one of our electronics and communication girls last year, stood first in the Google interview in the entire country. Now the Google interview is the toughest in the world because you have to pass 14 exams and interviews to get selected in Google. This girl stood first in all the 14 interviews, beating IITs and everybody hollow. But as fate may decide, she was the first person to get selected by Google in India for a job. But today she does not work for Google. That is what fate is all about. Because simultaneously she got a scholarship of 2,000 euro per month to do her master's in biomedical engineering at Eindhoven Institute of Science and Technology in the Netherlands, which is one of the leading schools in Europe for engineering and technology. So she came to me and said, look, I have a job from Google on this hand and I have a master's scholarship from Eindhoven in my other hand. So what would you advise me to do? I said, the choice is yours because both your hands are full, but you can choose only one hand, so you choose, you decide. She said, I have already decided, but I want your opinion. I said, if I were you, I'll go to Eindhoven. She said, yeah, that's what I've also decided. So now she's gone to Eindhoven in the Netherlands and she's doing extremely well. So our students are moving on a track of very high innovation. Let me tell you something about the professors at this college. In 1996 when I came, I was very unhappy with the standard of the professors in this college because I realized that they were following standard textbooks, standard notes, some crap they were teaching in the class. I said, throw away all this. Start thinking conceptually. And I said, I don't care about AICTE norms. I have my own norms for selecting promotions and all that. Every post that is applied for in this college, the staff member has to have a PhD. PhD is the minimum qualification even for a lecturer as far as I am concerned. Otherwise, I will not promote anybody in this college because I happen to be the chairman of the interviewing and promotion board. I said I will not do it. Forget about it. Immediately people started registering in crowds for their doctorates. Now, more than 70% of CIT staff have got PhDs. And in 3 years from now, 100% of the CIT staff will have doctorates, including the lecturers, associate professors, and the whole lot of them across the board, including computer science. It's very difficult to get PhDs in computer science because the IT industry trying to knock away all the IT professionals. Including computer science is going to have 100% PhDs in 3 years.